Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to BizTalk presented by the South Windsor Chamber of Commerce. Today's episode is sponsored by Crystal Financial Insurance Services, providing insurance and educational services to individuals, families, and businesses across Connecticut. Just a reminder, open enrollment for insurance for 2021 will be coming up November 1st and will be running through December 15th. To make an appointment with Crystal Financial Insurance Services, call the office now at 860-436-9522. And to learn more, check out www.crystalfinancialinsurance.com. Hosting today's episode, I'm Vasanth with Jennifer Lovett, and from our South Windsor Chamber of Commerce is Amy Pinard. Today's guest is John Carbone. Welcome, John.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
So, John, tell us about yourself. What you do. You've got extensive background in health and product development. So, walk us through, what you do, your connection to South Windsor and to Connecticut in general.
Okay. So my name is John Carbone. I'm the director of SHOP, which is the Small Business Health Options Program here in Connecticut through Access Health. And my other second job at Access Health is product development. So what I do is I help small businesses here in the state of Connecticut, 51 and under, try to find affordable healthcare coverage that fits in their needs. What we are is a trusted resource for all our small businesses here. And that's, again, that is working with our brokers and our local chambers and our elected officials through the process.
John, could you tell us exactly what that SHOP program entails?
Absolutely. Again, as I kind of stated, SHOP is the acronym for is Small Business Health Options Program. And what it is, it's a product that allows us to provide group health insurance to small businesses with 51 employees or less. We write groups all the way down to one employee. We are a little more flexible. We have a easier participation waiver. We have what's called a 75% participation waiver, which is 75% all-inclusive. So I'll give you an example. So if we have an employer who has 5 employees and 4 of them have spouse coverage or Medicare, or they're on some other different type of plan, the individual plan, student plan, those are considered valid waivers. So we'll write that group all the way down to 1. So what we are is we're another outlet in the small business community to provide group health insurance.
So, John, let's take a step back with Access Health CT in general, right? So I think, could you walk us through, there's sort of Access Health CT, to my understanding, has the individual component, and then we've also got the small business component. Walk us back through, what is Access Health CT? How did it tie with the Affordable Care Act, if at all? And then what options do you have as a business and as an individual? Would you sort of give us that overview?
Absolutely. Well, as many of you guys know, Access Health was created out of the Affordable Care Act. So last year was a 10-year anniversary for the Affordable Care Act. We're going on our 8th open enrollment on the individual side. As you kind of stated in the beginning, the individual market open enrollment starts November 1st and runs until December 15th. That is for individuals. They can go there and receive, if they're eligible, for an advanced premium tax credit. Through the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, there was a provision to help small business owners also be able to either access a small business tax credit or provide a little more flexibility through different types of products that we offer in the 2 different types of carriers that we currently offer on the platform. So with that being said, it's kind of an additional tool in the tool belt for residents here in the state of Connecticut. Again, I kind of always say our mission statement is always to help lower the uninsured rate no matter where you go. We're here to help you on the individual side, on the group side, and if it's in our bucket, fantastic. If it's not in our bucket, we'll work with you in helping you find the appropriate coverage that you need, or you're able to bounce off any questions with your broker or with us, and we'll walk you through all those steps.
So as a business owner, right, why would a business owner choose to go through the Access Health CT business program rather than going through an insurance company directly? And what is the role of a broker in sort of understanding the relationship between Access Health CT, the insurance company, the employer, and a broker?
Okay, great question. Thank you for asking it. We, in our product right now in the small group side, 88% of our clients use a broker. They're extremely broker friendly. We feel brokers have a huge play in this field. They're able to basically help a small business employer understand the different plan options that are out there, just not with medical though, with other types of products, ancillaries, but able to ask and answer some basic questions. They're kind of like, they're the SMEs, that, subject matter experts of these products in these fields. What we do different is we help small businesses and brokers streamline this information. We try to do less paperwork. Majority of our clients use our technology. We end up becoming a back office for that employer. Most employers, our average size group is about 7. Some of these employer groups don't have HR departments. So we work with the broker on helping them understand what they need to do with pre-tax dollars, how to set up the cafeteria plans, point them in the right direction to make sure they're getting all the tax write-offs they need, from pre-tax dollars to all the way to small business tax credits that apply. So as you kind of tell with that number of 88%, we make sure that any leads that come into us, we kind of outsource them to our brokers, help our clients, educate them. But brokers in this field and carriers in this field are a big resource.
And you mentioned something about, tax credits, right? And I think as small business owners, the moment tax credits sort of, ears, buzz a little bit. So walk us through, how does that tax credit work? And second question is, you mentioned, we alluded to that open enrollment period. Does that apply to businesses, or is that a little different? So can you shed some light on those two pieces?
Absolutely. I'll tackle the second question first. As we mentioned before, the individual side, the open enrollment happens once a year, unless there's some sort of special occasion. Fortunately, this year with COVID, we had a special open enrollment for that. But with small group, it's every single month. You're able to sign up for a plan every single month. So an example, if you have a current plan right now with another carrier and you'd like to look at our different types of options because you feel like you need to shop or you're looking for a different price point, you're able to come to the exchange and look at those plans and have an effective date for 10/1. These contracts are not 12-month lock-in contracts. So if an employer chooses to shop, he or she can do so. So the open enrollment is every single month. But once you kind of come in, you're kind of locked, I won't say locked into that plan. Those rates are basically locked in for 12 months, but you're still able to look at alternative options if you choose to further on. The small business tax credit, that's a tricky one because the small business tax credit applies to all employers with 25 full-time employees or less, averaging $55,000 or salary or less. But this excludes the employer, the owner, and anybody related to the owner. There's a misconception. Every time we kind of go out there, the employer always says to us, well, we don't qualify that because we have a few there's a few individuals that are on the heavy side of that and are way over it. We kind of have to sit down and explain it to them, sit down with their CPA and explain to them that there's a lot of individuals that are eligible for this. I'll give you a few type of industries that are eligible for it. We've got a lot of veterinarians, we've got a lot of medical professionals, we've got a lot of service professionals, manufacturing companies. It's amazed on how they qualify for the small business tax credit. And it can be up to 50% for-profit employers, 35% for nonprofit employers. People always kind of say, well, not-for-profit, they're really not eligible. They're not-for-profit. They're eligible for the tax credit. They can write it off on other types of line items. Their CPA will guide them through that process. But for-profit, the average tax credit is around $3,000 to $4,000. Non-for-profit can be anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000. So it's a significant savings for those employers. They should take a peek at it. Yes, that is one of the benefits of just coming to us directly. If that works for you, that's fantastic. What we call it is, it's additional gravy for us. Our job is to hopefully kind of find the best option for the employer and the employees during that kind of review and analysis of the cost of medical insurance.
Yeah, John, I was wondering, as far as plans are concerned, are they different going through you guys versus going direct to the carriers?
All right. Well, we currently have 2 carriers on the exchange, which is Anthem and Kainkaryam. Right now in 2020, there's 14 plans in total, 9 with Anthem, 5 with Kainkaryam. You can purchase these plans on the exchange or off the exchange, either one. So there are different types of plans, different types of options, different types of price points throughout everything. And that's why we always kind of say you should start this process early so you have enough time to evaluate everything, work with your broker. If you don't have a broker, We'll gladly get you in contact with someone in your area. But, you know, there are many different types of options. I think just in 2020, I think there's like 168 different types of small group plans out there. So there's a plan for everybody. It's just knowing where to look, understanding what, you know, the employer and the employee needs and is looking for. So that's why a broker comes into play, and that's why we can also help out during that process of helping that small business owner understand what their options are.
So John, you know, just one more quick clarifying question. So as a single person small business owner, say, right, would that person have the option of going through Access Health CT's individual program or the business program? Is that correct?
Now, if they're a small business, if they're a sole prop, they have to go through the individual side. But we always tell our sole props, give us a call. We like to walk through it. They always tend to forget to tell us about, oh yeah, well, we have this employee who works only 8 months out of the year, or, you know, we have these 7 part-timers who only work. So we always tell our sole props, give us a call. We'll always point you in the right direction. If the small business side is the right avenue for you, we're going to point you in that direction. But if the individual side is the right one for you, then we're going to point you in that direction too. I always tell to kind of add to that line, anywhere from 10 to 12% of the individuals who come to us and ask us, you know, how are your products and all that, after sitting down and talking with them or their brokers, we do point them in a different direction. We will point them to another carrier because they're looking for some different type of coverage or some different type of price point or health savings account plan. So we always guide them the way they need to do. As I stated before, our mission statement is to lower the uninsured rate here in the state of Connecticut and eliminate health disparities throughout Connecticut also. So our job is to make sure we point these small business owners in the right direction.
So if small businesses want to learn more about the programs or enrollment, what are the next steps?
Well, they can contact their broker, or they can come and visit us at the Access Health CT small business website, or they can give us a call directly if they choose to. We'll get you all that contact information over, but most of the information that they're looking for is right there on our website. They can review it and go through it, and if they need some additional information, again, they can put their information right onto the website and we will call them up. We don't share that information with anybody. We don't sell that information with anybody. That is direct right to them. And if they choose and have a broker, we work directly with their broker too on helping them, you know, smooth the process out.
All right, and then if you had to give 30 seconds worth pearls of wisdom to our viewers and listeners today, what would that be?
I would basically start the process early. Understand what you're looking for. Understand what your budget is. Do not make this an annual thing for you. Make it a 3-year budget. Understanding what healthcare is going to do, what you need to do to create consistency for you and your employees. Medical can be used as a great retention piece for you. It will help you grow your business. But what we always kind of say is start early, understand the process, understand what you can afford, and allow your employees to pick different options out of those buckets. Not one plan is going to fit everybody's needs. And that's the great flexibility we have. So, you know, they need to start that process early and be able to understand it. And if they don't understand something, ask, because this is a complicated industry and it changes on a daily basis.
Awesome. Great. John, this was fantastic. So thank you for joining us on today's episode of BizTalk, once again, sponsored by Crystal Financial Insurance Services and hosted by the South Windsor Chamber of Commerce. Have a great day.